Hello, everyone, and welcome to a unique Kriegsspiel game today, hosted by myself. We're playing an Among Us Kriegsspiel. So, um, this is the genesis of this idea. I've done lots of play-by-post diplomacy games, but I wanted to see what you could do with diplomacy in a live game. And then it kind of turned into an Among Us where you've got a traitor among you, and can the players figure it out? So, a little bit different from our normal games. We'll see how it goes. We're ready to get started. And I'm going to hop
Cool.
on over to.
See you in a bit.
See you. Thanks, Art. All right, Count Mick. I can't see your name. What does it say? You're muted.
McBroke.
Oh, Mick Pro. All right, so you hopefully saw the planning channel and your objectives in your channel. You are the CIC and centrally deployed in the city of Metz itself. Most of your soldiers are actually north of Metz in some of the grassy clearings north of the city on a little island surrounded by the Moselle. Um, You've got your light infantry with some artilleries guarding several of the bridges, and then you've got your regulars in formation near you and some cavalry to your south. It's a nice
Alright.
cold February morning. Any orders?
Um, I'm just gonna keep the army where it is. Let's send some cav out across the river.
Which way?
I think there's hussars here
Yeah, you have
to see exactly what's going on.
towards the northeast where they should be coming from.
Yes.
Okay, it's in the hussars. All right.
And other than that, no further orders.
Okay, thank you. Oh, all right, Comte de Soupconneau, you get the funnest roll of the game.
Based off of my wonderful name.
Yes. So it's a nice cold February morning, crisp. You have been stationed actually the furthest out from the rest of the French army, out in
That is a
Grouchy.
little. I appreciate that quite a
That
bit.
was nice of them. So you're out in Grouchy. You've got light infantry watching the main roads approaching you, and then your veterans and regulars are in formation, formed up and ready to go. Any orders?
Um, I'd like to have my dragoons begin scouting these roads and identify the banners of like what commands are approaching me.
Okay, which roads? Like,
Um,
which
let's
kind
just do the Griggy Borny road at the moment.
Okay, so dragoons head up that road.
Yep.
All right, you got it.
Um, sorry, you said that the color behind my light infantry, that's the vineyards, right?
The yellow color, those are just fields. You don't have any vineyards too close to you.
Okay.
Yep, just a little farm.
Okay, but in like ooh oolaloo to my
Yeah, those are all
my
vineyards.
west.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Yep.
All right, Count de Money,
All right.
also known as Beck. Um, you are stationed out just outside the city of Metz in Plantier. Your troops are mostly formed up in an orchard, although you do have some light infantry guarding some crossroads to your north. Um, do you have any orders? It's a lovely, crisp, cold February morning.
Well, I don't know what the situation is or what my objective is. I'm still setting up, by the way.
Okay.
Let's see here.
So if you see in planning, a coalition force is coming from the east or northeast, and your army, Aloy is commanding you. Your army is tasked with defending Metz, so intercepting them and defeating them.
Okay, they're coming from what way? What direction?
Somewhere, it's east of the Moselle, and they're coming from kind of a northeastern direction.
Okay. I'll just need a few minutes to think, and then I should be ready unless I'm the last person in your.
I'll come back. You got a minute?
Okay, thank you. All right.
All right, General Falk, good to have you here. I'm glad you showed up. You there?
There. Can you hear me?
Yes. All
I can
right.
hear my net.
So you have been placed
Sure.
by Aloy as the vanguard. Your troops are arrayed on a mountain or tall hill, surrounded by vineyards, which has a good commanding view of both the north and east. Your men are kind of arrayed on the roads around you, with your light infantry guarding the major roads approaching from the north. Do you have any orders?
My orders are to turn the guns towards where my light infantry will be guarding, as that might be a logical point of attack. If I see anything, hear anything, anything at all, turn. If not, order the men to start picking grapes.
Okay, you got it. All right, back for orders.
Okay. I want to. Do you see Hill 214 to my
Yes,
east?
I see it.
Okay. I'm going to go there personally. That's going to be my new headquarter location. I'm going to send the cavalry up to Valieres
Okay.
up there, and their orders are to scout to the north and the east to towards May ultimately. So they're to scout between there, north around Vanteau, and over into May and report back anything they see and to stay in contact. That will be the hussars that will be tasked with doing that.
Okay.
And the dragoons will push out to Belcroix. The infantry can just kind of form up on the road, and I'll give them orders later. So just have them ready to move, really.
Okay.
If you want a picture, I can do a screenshot if that will help, because it's a lot of orders I gave.
Yeah, that would be helpful.
Okay, I will do so. And what's all this stuff around Metz? Is that just stuff that was there from before and I can ignore it?
Oh, on the module? Yeah, you can ignore
Yeah.
that. That was a different game.
Okay, let me get rid of it. Boom, all gone. Okay, perfect. Let's see here. Okay, this is the general intent for the moment. So I'll take a picture of this, and then the infantry and stuff, they're going to be an afterthought for the moment. But here it is in planning or whatever. Okay, there you go. Thank you, James. Sorry for being so difficult.
No, you're fine. You're filling in last minute.
All right, let's do it.
Hold on, I'm looking at it to make sure Oh, I see. Okay. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Just so that you know, Vladivostok, he's new player, so he's a bit unsure, so he can't read the map. So I'll help him out as best I can, but he's a bit unsure about what he's doing.
Okay. Yeah, just.
So these guys here, these hussars are going to kind of come into this light brigade, light regiment.
So Wheatley's typing, but he's not on voice yet. So I don't know. All right. Well, we've got initial contact. We'll just throw smoke to make people feel happy.
Hey, sorry, I closed off. Am I just drop into my channel?
Yeah, go for it.
Hey, Argento. LTD.
Yep. How you going?
What was that? You're breaking up.
I'm here. You called me to voice?
I did not.
No.
It's written in my track, able to join voice.
Oh, nope. I am so sorry. I meant that for Wheatley.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Well, the plot thickens.
Alright, I'm gonna roll. Let's see. Saved objects. Let's see, a 4. So we'll get a little bit of initial disruption on the cavalry. Coming up the road. Okay. Let's see, is anyone else making major contact? They're seeing each other, but nothing there. Okay. I think we're ready. 10:15 screenshots. Let's see.
So, screenshots.
Yep.
How wide are we doing the screenshots?
So depends. Of course, depends if they're on a hill. But I think I've been doing it about a mile, maybe a little bit less.
Okay.
If they're in woods or in the middle of the city, it should be less.
Yeah.
But if they're on the hill, maybe 2 or 3. But Falk has a pretty good advantage because he's on a pretty tall hill.
So we're doing screenshots now, yeah?
Yeah, I'm almost done with the French. Then I gotta do dispatches. There's gonna be a lot of dispatches this game.
Yeah.
By design. Okay, I just had one. Alright, I'm gonna go get France.
Okay. So dispatches, in terms of sending them, we're going to just send them the next turn or
Yeah.
same turn, or
Yeah, just same. Well, the turn they write them on, it arrives the next turn.
yeah, cool.
So basically no delays.
Yeah.
Alright, Comte McBroken. As your men sit, your hussars ride out. You can see them crossing the bridge and riding northeast. And you can hear artillery fire from the northeast. Sounds like your own guns, perhaps a mile away. Probably in the position of where Falk is. Any orders?
Nope. No further orders. Just gonna stay right here, I guess.
Sounds good. Alright, Generals, or Comte Soupcanoe. So you send your dragoons forward, and it's a good thing you do, because with your spyglass you spot Russian hussars coming down out of the town of Borny, right in front of your dragoons. You can see a rider coming urgently back towards you from the dragoons, but you know what he's going to say. There's a hussars there.
Right.
And you can hear artillery fire far to the north.
Okay. So I'm gonna have my 3 batteries move up to support um my line infantry,
Okay.
like along that my light infantry, I should say, along that forward ridge. And then I'm going to send a man under a white flag forward, and I'm going to tell the officer that we need to delay these Russians so reinforcements can arrive, and that to do that, I'm going to see if I can't stall them with pointless negotiations,
Okay.
and for him to go offer to let me speak to the.
If you will write that down in a dispatch, describe the white flag and what you want to say, I will have that delivered.
Okay. Okay.
I assume you want it to go to the Russian player or the Russian.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, put it in dispatch. All right, count the money. You issue your orders, and a flurry of couriers ride out. Your camp is busy as the men fan out onto the roads and start moving per your orders. You don't get very far, though, before you can see Russian cavalry racing down the road just north of your position.
What nationality are they? If they're Russian, are they Austrian or Polish or?
Russian?
I get that. I get that they're in a hurry. What kind are they?
The green Russian kind.
Green. Okay, so the green cavalry. This is strange. I've never heard of the green cavalry, but apparently they're very swift.
Yes.
All right. Well, I don't imagine they're coming to shake my hand and welcome me. So I've posted a deployment in my channel, which is defensive in nature. So we're going to pull up to this line, if you will. Most importantly, pulling back the hussars to the flanks. I'm assuming these infantry are regiments or what?
Demi brigades, but yeah.
Okay.
Basically.
So yeah, I've got them deployed with the artillery. Essentially, me in the center, the artillery there. I've got reserves all throughout, which I know is just silly. And the dragoons posted up on my right with the cuirassiers and reserves. Since they're the armored decision, they won't be utilized until I'm ready for a critical breakthrough. So that's the goal. We'll see how much of it can be accomplished because the enemy does get a say.
Yep.
So I'll have to figure out. I'm really mystified by this green cavalry. Why are they in such a hurry? I mean, they're going to get tired. It's weird. Anyway, thanks.
All right, Count Carl. So no sooner than you get your artillery unlimbered and in position, you can see Austrian cavalry riding swiftly down the road towards you. Your artillery are in a great position to fire on them, which they do, and your light infantry are also firing at the approaching hussars. Yep, that's about it. What are your orders?
All right. Fighting retreat from my. What are those fuckers?
Your light infantry?
Light infantry. Fighting retreat. My guns continue to rain hell on them.
Okay.
As for the others, form up near south of where is that little 240, the road where it says on the road between Soldaten and that mark where it says 240. I want my men to begin to form up around that mark, near that road.
Okay. I think I know what you're talking about.
Here, let me grab a screenshot for you and just mark it.
You about got it?
Yes, I'm just saving it. It's on this other fucking hard drive. What the fuck? That's not where I thought I was. Okay, here it is. There.
Oh.
Circled in red.
You want them forming up there?
Yes.
Okay. Then your cavalry's staying where it is?
Cavalry can ride over at a trot. I don't want them to engage.
Alright, thank you. So, from a battle perspective, Carl's in trouble because he's in a decent position to hold here. It's got pretty good terrain, actually. Because he's got high ground with a nice bottleneck between the forest and the vineyards. But he's got the Russians and Prussians right behind him, so if they don't get they might get super distracted by these two, but if they kind of left a faint force here and moved north, they could just trap them. But anyway, ARP's here. Any combat we need to resolve that you see? ARP, you're muted.
Apologies, I'm having difficulties with LTD's having difficulties with his voice channel, so he can't hear me, which is a bit of a problem. So this artillery here has kind of moved up and unlimbered, so they could probably fire on them retreating.
Okay, we'll do that.
Just look at his thing again.
That's okay.
And the other one was, I think, again, you moved the sides away, but this horse artillery would have been able to, one of them would be able to fire on the hussars probably. And that's it. So these guys are going to retreat and get out of dodge. Guys could have come up here.
Okay. I think we're good to go then.
So these hussars are probably will be able to attack these lights unless they've moved into square.
I don't know. Would lights go into square?
No, well, they would, no, not in this context, no. So would they be able to charge into them then?
Yeah,
They're going uphill,
It
though.
is uphill though, so we'll do an even roll. We'll see. We'll say with that roll, both get super disrupted and both disengage. So they sent the infantry running, but they themselves got scared
Disengaged.
off. So something like that. All right, I'm gonna do screenshots. Shoot.
Yeah, I'll try and speed it along, but yeah, it's
It's tough when they have voice issues. Let's see.
God, it. Copy.
All right, I'm gonna go get orders. All right, Count McBroke. The artillery fire to the northeast continues and perhaps increases. You hear additional fire, only a few guns every now and then, but somewhere to the east. a little over a mile away.
Yeah,
A rider returns from your hussars. He says he's run into Fox Division, and they have observed Austrian forces, a mix of cavalry and infantry, moving down the road.
All right. I'm gonna move over to Falks with an escort of my cuirassiers.
Okay.
I'll get a good handle of the situation myself. And other than that, no further orders.
Thank you. All right, Comte de Supano. The Russian hussars turn and run as they see your dragoons coming at them.
You
But
should be frightened.
you send your man with the white flag after them with your message. The horse artillery is moving up the road and starting to get into position in front of your light infantry to deploy. You can hear artillery fire not too far to the north, maybe a little over a mile away to the north of you. And that is it.
All right.
Any orders?
Yes, I need to see where Le Bordes is.
It's north of you, northwest, about a little over a mile.
All right. I want to begin moving towards the town of Borney
Okay.
with
Your whole
my
army?
column. Yeah, have the light infantry and horse artillery lead. Infantry behind, and then like heavy cav behind that, and then the light infantry on my flanks. They're going to come in and be the rear of my column. Dragoons scouting ahead. Sorry, I've been really sick lately.
Oh, no worries. All right, you got it. Oops. All right, counting the money. You
All right.
issue a flurry of orders again, and luckily the men are close enough that they're able to respond fairly quickly. So the line is being formed somewhat to your wishes. You yourself are forced to move along and issue corrections as some of your incompetent officers do not do exactly as you want. But for the most part, it's forming as you want. So far, all you can see are Russian cavalry, but some horse artillery unlimbered on the road and fired at your hussars as they fled, disrupting them a little bit, maybe downing a horse and a man. But other than that, it seems to be going well. You can
Okay, I sent a dispatch. Did that go out?
It did. That courier took it and ran swiftly to the west.
Okay. I received a dispatch, but it doesn't appear to be addressed to me.
Oh, did you? Hold on. Let me see. Oh, you're right. The dispatch writer for McGroke shared it with you on his way into Metz.
Very well. Okay. I do like me some Mets. My orders are to continue deploying in the line as specified. Do you see my little screenshot?
I see it. Yep.
Okay. And then do we know anything more about the origin or nationality of the big hairy green dudes?
It's
These guys who are really...
an absolute mystery.
Oh, man. I don't know anything about these guys. Well, okay. Thank you. I'm good to go. Oh, man. Where are they from and why are they doing this? I wonder if this is like some alien scenario.
They're
green, right? They're green. Oh. Very interesting.
Alright, who we got next? All right, General Falk. So you issue the order to your light infantry to fall back, and before that courier can even arrive, you see them turning and running on their own as numerous Austrian cavalry are arriving and threatening their flanks. Our artillery is unlimbering and firing at them as they fall back. Your own artillery is responding in kind. To your south, you hear some fire, some musket fire, which alarms you, and it turns out your light infantry was firing at some hussars, which charged them. They did manage to scare off the hussars, but they themselves broke and are falling back further north to safety.
All right. I can rally them. That's not a big issue. I would like to send a small detachment of cavalry to scout the situation in the south and see who exactly I've engaged.
Which cavalry? Cuirassiers, dragoons, hussars?
I'd like to send my cuirassiers down that way
Okay.
to scout out the situation and report back. As for the guns, leave them as is. As for the bulk of my force, maneuver to the west. Or maneuver to the southwest, rather.
Okay.
Out of the way of, or out of the direct line of sight of the Austrian, or who's red in this scenario?
Red is British.
British.
Yellow is Austrian.
Austrian, okay. Yeah, get out of the way of the charging Austrians. If that's what's being depicted here, I can't quite tell. Is that just a stray unit?
I'm not sure what you're referring to. Oh, the red thing? Is that the hand?
No. Yeah, not the hand. Not the hand. The southwest of Rueil-Chatillon. Chatillon.
That's just Austrian hussar.
Mm.
But you
Fire
got
at it.
woods and vineyards and stuff, so they can really only come down the road.
I gotcha.
I need to have a quick chat with you, James.
Yep, I'm jumping to umpire now.
So, Argentina's obviously having some massive problems because he's dropped out of voice. So I'll need a bit more time to sort him out. Where is this Grecki, where the French want them to do a parley? I can't see.
Oh,
where.
Griggy is here, way down in the south.
Oh, okay. So the French guy wants him to go south then. Right. Okay. That's the bit I needed because I couldn't find it.
Yep, no worries.
Thanks a lot. So it looks like LTD's he's dropped out of voice completely. Oh no, he's back again. I'll see if I can get him.
Okay. I assume these would turn and fire. That's pretty short range. What's that distance? Might as well add some smoke. Makes it look cooler. He's playing Argento, which is it the Prussian? That was the I was doing. I can't take a screenshot. I assume this one's done. Nope. Never mind. Are they falling back? I guess they are. What's his artillery targeting? You're muted, Arp.
Enemy infantry. Sorry, I need a bit of time here because I'm way behind you because of the problems I'm having with voice channel.
Oh, okay.
We,
Do you
we
want me?
seem to have just
Do you want
figured
me
it
to?
out.
Do you want me to do someone?
I've got everyone's orders. It's just moving them, which
Oh.
I've not done at all. So the Russians want to go south with their entire force, but he's going to run. So if he's going to come down here, they're going to run into these dragoons.
Okay, I can move Russia. You finish.
Fantastic.
Are their artillery still firing, the Russians?
No, he wants to go with his entire force
Oh, okay.
to a parley that was sent to him in a dispatch. I think the French sent him a dispatch, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. In that case.
Fab, right, where we need to be then. So these have come back there. So was the parley message a kind of a ruse to get them to go in that direction?
No, he's the real traitor, so
Oh, so this is he's a real traitor. Okay, cool.
of course don't tell them that. But
No. Right, you can screenshot.
oh, don't forget screenshots. Make sure they're always oriented north up.
Yeah, that's a good point. I probably didn't do that one. 45. Dispatches.
Alright, I think I got everyone. I'm gonna go get updates.
Grand, thank you.
Ow.
Alright, I am here. So General Aloy, actually his second in command, Aloy is sick and in bed in Metz. So Count McBroke is arrived with his cuirassier personal guard atop the mount where you stand. The Austrians, their cavalry has retreated back behind their forming infantry line. Artillery has unlimbered and started firing at you, mostly at your infantry line. Your own artillery is firing back and scoring some hits on their artillery. And far behind the Austrians, from your point of view, you can see what look to be British soldiers in red coats marching up behind the Austrians. To the south, your cuirassiers get their orders and start going that way to scout. You've got McBroke's 2 hussars here with you, and you can hear artillery fire to the south.
I'm gonna order 4 units of infantry in Metz, the men on the field of Chambéry, to march to the sounds of the guns to the north to support Falk's men.
Okay.
I'm gonna go down to. I think Falk has an infantry division near Neuilly, if I'm correct, right?
To where? Say that again.
It's,
No, he
if
doesn't.
you go to May,
I do not.
you don't? Okay. The planning channel is a lie.
It is. I put his units closer together than 2 separate groups.
Ah, okay. I'm gonna go down to Les Baudes and join up with. I think it's Count the Money,
All right. So
and I'm gonna leave the cuirassiers here.
okay, I'll leave them here. All right. Thank you. General Karl Falk, what are your orders?
My orders are. Let's see who's gotten roughed up, if anybody. I'm gonna see if I. Doesn't look like the Austrians are doing anything. And I've got what, 6-pounder guns on the other side?
Mm-hmm.
Am I able to tell?
Oh, on their side, yeah. 6-pounders, some horse and foot artillery. I need your orders, man.
Just order the artillery to form up a counter battery, and prevent try to prevent casualties as best as possible. Until then, hold fast. I like our position. And hold the ridge line.
Okay, sounds good. All right, the Comte de Soup Canoe, you issue the order to get on the road heading north, which your men do. As you ride north, you can see the Russian commander Kardev with his cavalry riding south towards you, as well as the Prussians.
Wait, as well as the Prussians?
Well, the black pieces are Prussians.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you can't see
Um,
that. Never mind. There's some Prussians in the distance, not too far
Yeah.
behind the Russians.
I've missed a lot of coughing. Okay. Advance on Bell.
You can also see General Count de Money's division to the northwest. His artillery's firing at what looks like the Russians. They're formed up on that road.
What the hell is Bell Craw? Alright, well, I can't find that on the map.
What are you looking for?
So, Bell Craw.
Belcroix is...
Oh, I see it.
Oh, you beat me. I don't see it. Okay, what are your orders? I need orders.
Okay. I'm gonna have my units begin deploying into town and assuming a defensive position.
Okay.
My cavalry is going to screen the gap between my line and the units to our left. And then I'm going to await speaking with the the commanders.
You're gonna try and speak with them?
Yeah.
Okay. The
Well,
Russian.
I assume so. They sent me towards Metz.
Okay.
Stuff.
Sounds good.
East.
All right, Count de Money. Your artillery continues to fire at the Russians. And it seems like the Russians don't want to fight you. They are mostly, it's kind of hard to see in the smoke, but moving kind of south from your position to your right. You can see General Soup Canoe's division marching northward up the road, screened by his dragoons, and it looks like the Russians are moving to meet them. They have not yet fought.
Wait a minute. These are Russians? I thought these were just people who are in a really big hurry.
That too.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, they must have been. Okay, so I've posted another screenshot with orders.
Okay, what's the
There are a
green? Is
few.
that them?
Yeah, that's the baddies. That's the people who are in a hurry. The intent is as they're moving down, they're going to get routed, right? So, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to send 2 demi brigades of infantry to strike them on the flank between the vineyard and the road there outside of Borny.
Okay.
And then, in a move that would make Jan Heinemann very proud, I'm going to take 1 unit of my light infantry and push them forward into that vineyard to shoot at the guys on the horses, because it's going to be real hard for those guys to fight back.
All right.
So that's the proper use of light infantry. So that's it. And then the dragoons, of course, will just kind of be there as backup. Otherwise, continue the deployment as specified, please.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you.
James, I was just wondering that artillery that you moved up. Well, are they going to get hit by the cuirassiers coming south? They get away. That's why I didn't.
yeah,
Those bits that I didn't move just in case that they'd crash into them.
let's do one, and then yeah, we can have that.
Okay. Unfortunately, I've got two players now with voice channel problems, so
Oh, man.
I haven't done the Austrians and the British yet. So I'm just going to go and do them now.
Okay.
But that part I've got done. The only thing from you, I guess, that you could do is that the Prussians said that they wanted to fire on the French to the south, but I'm guessing the their own cavalry is going to get in the way, so they can't do that. So
Yeah.
don't worry about that.
Yep. Let me roll for the Austrians. Okay. I think we're done. 11 o'clock. Oh, shoot. You still here, Art? No, I lost him. They're both just moved. There's 4, 5. Let's,
Yay. Having loads of problems with voice.
Oh man. Well, they can always just type it in, right? I guess it slows it down, but
Do you have a better quality picture of the guy who's playing Vladivostok is struggling because he can't, it's his first game, he can't really see the map that in the planning channel, and he just wants a better picture of his area
um,
without any units on so we can just get his bearings.
yeah. I'm just gonna move it all for a second.
Okay.
Vladistokov.
Yeah. So the Russians obviously moved down to meet
Mhm.
Superco, so they're co-located.
Yep.
I'll move. Oh, they're all co-located now. Yeah.
I already did it.
So am I way behind you again? Have you done screenshots already?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you want me to do screenshots for you?
If you could do the Russians, I'll do the Prussians now. Yeah.
Yeah, I can do.
I've had so many problems. It's difficult.
No.
I think we've sorted something out now, but it's been difficult.
No worries.
It's probably me being tired as well. It's the other issue.
That probably doesn't help. Alright, I'm doing the Russians, which is Kharkiv, which is down here.
And you did all the artillery firing stuff for the Austrians.
Yeah, I did all that.
Fantastic.
That
But
wasn't
nobody hit anyone, did they?
not
by the looks of
really
it?
this time, no.
I'm just going to give them a bigger screenshot. It's easier.
Wait, is Kharkiv?
Kharkiv is the Russians.
You just put the Prussian screenshot in his.
Bugger. That's annoying.
I'll delete it for you.
Thank you.
Do you need me to do the British screenshot?
Done those two already.
Oh, okay. I can do. I'll do Russian dispatches from Kharkiv to Argento.
Let me do Vladivostok. We need dispatches.
I can do Wheatley dispatches.
Copy.
Oh. To General Argento. Wheatley.
Thank you, James.
Dispatch to Cardiff. I could do. Did you do Vladistok's dispatch?
I've just done Vladivostok's that you did. And we've
Okay.
done him.
I think we're
So
good
I'm
then.
back with you. I'm back with you.
All right, back. So now it's 11 o'clock orders. Okay.
Cool.
All right. So you leave your cuirassier guard behind and ride south, a bit vulnerable, but you catch up with Falk's own cuirassiers who are crossing through Vallier and happen upon some Russian artillery and hussars who are at the rear of their column. The cuirassier commander gets excited and orders a charge, and you manage to kill and capture many artillerymen and hussars. You can see Prussian infantry moving up to your east, and you can't really. You can see smoke rising to the southwest and hear artillery fire from what you suppose to be Count McMoney's division, and you can see more Russians to the southeast.
This is great. I'm having fun.
Good.
Ay, ay, ay. Let's probably best to fall back to Metz right now.
Okay, so you're not going to meet with Beck.
Actually, no, I will I'll meet up with Count the Money or whatever his name is.
Okay. Oh yeah, count the money. Sorry.
And have the I was saying having the cuirassiers fall back.
Back to Falk.
Yep.
Okay.
And then we'll have the four let's recall the 4 infantry going to Falk, and the 4 infantry currently in Metz. Just form up at the river crossing, at the stream crossings, and prepare to hold against the Prussians. And I believe I have cavalry in Metz, but I can't remember how many.
You got 1 dragoon left. All the rest is with Falk now.
Oh, cool. Let's keep the dragoon there. He can live.
Okay, but all the infantry are heading east. You want?
Yeah, they're gonna set up defenses around the town of Metz.
Okay. All right. Okay, got it. Thank you.
No problem.
All right, General Falk. So Aloy leaves his cuirassiers with you and heads south. Your artillery continues to fire at the Austrians, who mostly just sitting there and taking it. And yeah, you can hear artillery fire to the south still, but it's pretty uneventful.
All right. So I will take those units of cuirassiers and send them on the maneuver I have written in the text channel to wheel around the woods at Val von Grimont and charge at the Austrian lines in order to relieve the pressure on the center and to cause disruption in the Austrian ranks. We're just otherwise sitting there eating bullets.
Okay, got it. Thank you. All right, count the money. 1 second. So your attack on your right appears to be very successful. Seems that you've caught the Russians by surprise, and of course, with the rising smoke, it's a bit difficult to see at that distance. They're a bit, almost half a mile away. But with your spyglass, you watch as your men advance and fire, and several cavalry and men fall. You can also see smoke rising out of the vineyards, though it's hard to tell what's going on there.
Okay, I posted a screenshot. This is complicated.
Okay, I see that.
The light infantry, the 2 unengaged demi brigades, are to move north into Les Bordes and basically honeycomb in the residences and buildings and structures there, as light infantry does.
Okay.
The 3 demi brigades are to move into the town but take up a reserve position. They're not to deploy one way or the other until they receive an order. The artillery that has been disrupted is to essentially hold position or fall back, while the other 2 sets of guns that are not firing are to move forward into the gap between Les Bordes and the vineyard. Finally, the infantry brigades, demi brigades on my right are to push forward, mostly to support the light infantry in the vineyard, with the reserve demi brigade forward to help the light infantry with dealing with whatever it's up against.
Okay.
I know it's complicated. That's why I put in a screenshot.
I appreciate it. Otherwise, I would have had no chance.
Yeah, I know. I have so many units. This is way too many blocks, but that's what happens.
Yeah, I gave too many this game, but that's all right.
Okay. Well, thank you, James.
Thank you.
You got it.
All right, gentlemen. I'm here for Soup Canoe's orders. Do you want to go back to your own channel, or what do you want to do?
I don't think there's. Yeah, I'll go back to my own channel.
Okay.
I'm not doing anything nefarious, but I have some questions.
Okay, I'll join you there. Okay.
Okay. So, I want to join the coalition.
Mm-hmm.
But to do that, the French don't necessarily have to lose.
Okay.
Because I've made a deal with the general that if the Prussians are crushed, I will gain the governor generalship of Poland.
Oh, okay.
So that helps both of us, right?
All right. So what are your
Um,
orders?
My orders are going to be for my dragoons to flank behind the Prussians and cut off their retreat. My infantry and light infantry is to begin swarming and attacking the Prussian flank. And my entire column behind that is just going to keep moving down the road to just roll these Prussians from the side.
Okay, and you're ignoring the Russians.
Oh yeah, I'm ignoring the Russians.
Okay.
Excuse me, sorry. I've also sent a dispatch.
Okay. Thank you. Did I get everyone?
Have you ever heard of a game called Pig Wars?
No.
It's got a very similar scenario where everyone has different, like, competing orders that I think would be interesting.
Interesting. All right, I gotta go. Thanks.
Yep, understand.
Did I get your orders yet, Carl? I can't remember. No, I did. Okay.
Yes, you did.
I'm going crazy. All right, thank you.
Well-
I'm gonna hello,
Hello. Yep. Gotcha.
Go for it.
and I'm gonna order all my cavalry to go south on a
Yep.
wide flank as indicated. You going around the right, the east of the men of the person I just talked to, and try to get behind the other corps that's presumably firing on me.
Okay. So, and you want your dragoons and your cavalry to get out of the way, and where are you going personally?
I'm leading the cavalry, so me and all the cavalry are going on this wide flank, while I instruct my infantry, my single infantry, and my artillery to support the Prussians.
Grand. Okay. And I'm getting confused about which troops are. So the French lights have moved up. Okay.
Well, that's the next
Thank you.
turn, but yeah.
Yeah. Grand. Got it. Yeah. Thanks a lot.
Thanks.
You got everyone else already?
I think the position. So the Austrians. Oh yeah, the Prussians obviously turned to the south. So are these lights that are here? Are they from the second division?
They're from Supkano. So anything facing north is Supkano. Anything facing east is
Okay.
Marshall.
So are the lights firing on the Prussian guns then?
Yeah.
Okay. Obviously they're going to fire back.
Yeah, it's gonna be canister shot. So.
And these lights are just protected. The cavalry moved away up here, so that's not a problem. So to the... Oh, we need dice.
Oops! Don't freeze. Don't.
So
freeze,
the Austrians
don't freeze.
attack up the hill into these woods against these lights.
Okay.
And I'm guessing they're going to fall back, aren't they? Really, realistically.
Yeah.
And they're moving up onto the hill like that behind them. These guys are actually the Rangers are probably well. It doesn't matter. We are what we are. So they're forming Grand Battery. I don't know if they're close enough, but we've been firing them anyway. So these are all firing on the infantry. Well, in that case, they can come up around there. So they've taken. Let's say they've taken 2 hits. To be fair, I already did this one here. That
Oh,
fight, so don't
okay,
worry
you
about
did
that.
that.
So
Yeah,
these, so
you go
these,
ahead and roll
these
up here. I'll
guys.
do the south.
Yeah, these guys are all there. So I just need to do the artillery, don't we? So what's the hits again for the artillery? I've forgotten.
Sometimes you subtract 1 or 2, but I've just been doing an even normal shot. So
So an even number's a hit.
sorry, like normal rolls. So 5 or 6 is 2 disruption. A 3 or 4 is 1.
Okay, gotcha. Let's do that again. That was a bit of a rubbish. Oh. 2s and then just 1 more. Okay.
So 11, 15.
So these guys here. What about cavalry? That's the one bit I don't remember at all.
So where?
So at the north, all these hussars are going to run into these cuirassiers coming this
So
way.
cuirassiers, if it's cavalry on cavalry, cuirassiers get +2 and hussars get -1.
Okay. Get +2, so that's a 5 and a 3.
So basically,
So that's a 2 and a 1, isn't it? Yeah. Clone. Right, screenshots, yeah?
yeep.
Oh, I haven't done the dispatches. Cardiff. Copy. Oh, damn it. What's going on today?
Broke and Liverpool. No.
Reform. Do 11:15.
Yep. Alright, I'm gonna get my updates.
Those are going away. I don't think they are, but hey.
Actually, do you need me to help you with anything before I go? Can I do anyone?
Oh, that's it. We're all done. I'm just catching up with you.
Okay.
He said that the enemy was rushing, so I imagine that made them very tired.
The rushing Russians have rushed away. seems you've scared them off. So let's see.
Wow, it's not even Halloween. I'm not even dressed up in my
I
costume.
know,
What
but
could have scared
your
me?
general attack, from your vantage point with your spyglass, you see lots of green flags heading to the east. Um, you can tell your right wing has connected with Soup Canoe's division, and
Okay.
his light infantry is moving up and attacking the Prussians, which are now to your northeast. Your other, as per orders, your men have moved into Les Bordes, Bordet, I don't know, the towns and buildings up to your north, and started occupying those buildings in a defensive posture. Your artillery's moved up and is firing on the Prussian position.
Okay. Um, I would like to move up to that hill, 214, if able, because it should be a good observation post,
Okay.
but only if able. So I'm going to post another screenshot of my most fervent dreams and wishes, and we'll just see what I get.
I will warn you that I told General Falk, well, I wrote him a dispatch just now to fall back as I saw 10 Prussian battalions was known between them and Metz. So
Where is he at?
he is up north near the Saint Julien de Metz, kind of on the ridge line.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's a good position. Yeah, they're going to have a heck of a time getting through that vineyard. So if we honeycomb in St. Julien and defend those vineyards, they're not going to move through very easily.
No.
You know, use light infantry on the flanks, and they're going to have a very bad day. I'm moving up to the hill for the vantage point, and I'm not going to advance out of Les Boards or any further than this position. This is an improvement of the position we were just in. But going any further would uncover Metz and weaken us. So,
Aloy,
Oh,
where
it's
you going?
General. Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry. Count McBroke, what are you doing? What are your orders?
Right. I'm just going to be staying here for now, trying to get a better understanding of the situation.
Okay. Are you staying with? You're moving up with Count McMoney.
Yes.
Count to money. All right. And your orders stand. Your infantry's heading this way, right? Or
I'm actually
for
going
your four
to
units of
leave.
infantry that were going to Falk, you ordered them to come this way.
Yes, and they're going to try and push up along the road just south of Belieres.
Okay, got it.
all right.
Thank you. All right, General Falk. The Austrians are pushing forward now. Several light infantry and regulars have pushed into the woods to your west and are threatening your left flank. Your light infantry is fighting heavily amongst the trees, but steadily falling back. Artillery continues to exchange fire, but the British guns have been moved up, and you can see them getting into position to join the Austrians. And soon you'll be more than double outnumbered by the coalition in terms of guns. Yep. What are your orders?
How did my little flanking maneuver go?
It's probably still underway. You know, had to get orders to them. They had to get on the road. They're moving, so no word back
They're
yet. But
still moving.
yeah,
No word back.
they're probably still doing it.
All right. Hold the line for another 15 minutes.
Okay, you got it. All right, the Comte de Soupconneau. Your light infantry advances, but the Prussian artillery has set up and are firing devastating canister shot into your lines.
Yeah.
Luckily, your men are in loose formation, so it's not as devastating, but it's still pretty bad. They've got, let's see, 18 guns firing at your line.
Right.
The Russians, as promised, got out of your way. Their cavalry has ridden wide. You can see them to your east, riding around your division. But yeah, the Prussians are arrayed before you. The Count de Money's division is kind of running into your own on your left. as they have some confusing orders to attack Russians that are no longer there.
Okay.
Hold on one second.
Um.
Okay, Gideon, I'm doing this right now.
All
I
right.
can't help you, but you keep playing.
Um.
Okay, what are your orders?
So I want those. Is there any benefit to being in the trees?
Yeah, that's a defensive benefit.
All right. So the light infantry that aren't in the trees.
There aren't any trees
gonna-
near you, though. There's the wheat field and the vineyard.
Oh, that's a wheat field. Oops. Never mind. Silly me. I'm gonna push up my units against the Prussians and begin trying to crack the couple of battalions on the extreme left of their line, or like of what I can see of their line, and start like
The
pouring fire.
The left of their line, or your left?
My left, I should say.
So
I
you're
would like
holding
to
like
pull
fire
back.
and then a bayonet charge kind of thing? Assault column?
No, just have 3 units firing into them. 2 units plus the horse artillery. Well, is my horse artillery set up?
That's unlimbering.
Okay. 2 to 3 units plus a gap my horse artillery can fire through.
Okay.
And just if that unit of lights break under fire and nothing is there to like, no, right now let's just fire into them with a bunch of units.
Okay.
Push them back.
You got it.
Everyone else is to keep moving up and forming. The light infantry under fire by the artillery is going to pull back. Horse artillery gets set up. Dragoons are going to keep doing a long flank. I think that's it.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Right. All my movements done. So
Okay. I'm doing the bottom battle if you want to do the top
Okay.
one.
let me grab some dice.
That Russian flank attack's going to be absolutely devastating on
Isn't it?
Marshall. Well, it's interesting because the Russians are betraying the Prussians, and then Soup Canoe betrayed Marshall. So they're both.
So just remind me, artillery firing on infantry, 3 would be a hit.
Yeah, 3. Well,
Cool.
yeah. Where are you doing it?
So artillery firing on infantry.
Yeah, so that's 1 disruption on them.
Ooh, this is going to go badly as well. So these ones over here. So that was a -1 and a +2, wasn't it?
I'll do this cavalry over here.
Oh, thank you. Just about to do that.
Let's see, so +2.
So they're
Let's see, so
1, 2, 3. So they're broken.
4. 3 is -1, so.
Actually, they're shattered.
I guess he sent dragoons in to reinforce.
Yeah. Well, I'm assuming they're all going to be in a milieu.
That's fine.
He doesn't know he doesn't know that the fighting's going on there. It's just that he sent them off. They've got no report.
Let's see.
I think that's all done for that. Yeah, I haven't done the French artillery. Does the French player want to fire on the infantry advance, or do you?
He said
I should go
specifically
back?
counter battery, so
Okay, fair
target that.
enough. So
I'm doing.
it's going to be 2. So it's going to be shattered. So if they go over to say what would be 5 or 6, so we're going to say that they're shattered, the artillery, or just destroyed.
Yeah, they're just gone. If they.
They're just destroyed, right? Okay. Let's just say they've been done, and these are up to 4. That's fine. These guns wouldn't have fired. Oh, that might be too late. Right, I think we're all done then. So the situation in the south is just is actually Subaru's corps attacking north then?
Yeah,
Or they're just doing nothing?
no, they're attacking. They're attacking the Prussians.
They're attacking. Oh, okay.
They're full on attacking. Yeah.
Oh, right. So is this because he's done a deal that
He
they
did
attack the Prussians?
yeah.
Or casualties?
So he gets a position
Right, gotcha.
because the Russians want to take out the Prussians,
Right, gotcha.
but still win. So
Right, so screenshots. Let's move these around a little bit because they would have moved up. Oh no, they wouldn't. Oh, shut up. Right. Screenshot.
I've got 3 in one channel. So if you need me to help, do you want me to do
Okay.
someone? One of yours?
As you did that combat, if you could do the Prussian commander, that'd be brilliant because actually you did all that combat there,
Yeah,
so you know what's
I'll
going
do
on.
his updating orders.
Thank you.
Bat him until they die.
All right.
Yeah.
As you can probably tell, you 3 are co-located. Count de Money wanted to move up to the hill, but it is well occupied by Prussians and not so easily walked into. Soup Canoe's division is heavily fighting with the Prussians. Your front line, your light infantry, is taking a lot of canister shot. It looks like one of your demi brigades is broken. You can barely make out that your dragoons have hit the enemy's flank and are battling fiercely there. Uh, Count Broke, Mr. McBroke, you get word from your regulars, your 4 demi brigades, that they are passing through Valier now and moving on to the Prussian flank. Count de Money, your division's mostly unengaged. Your artillery's firing. You've got some light and regular infantry deployed to the left of Canoes, which is engaged in the combat. They're mostly fighting in the vineyards. And to your south, one of your staff officers points and yells, "Russians!" And you turn around and see some Russian cuirassiers to your rear, which is a little disconcerting.
Alright, see if you're fired.
Hmm.
So I
Well-
think we should all tell all the Cav to go kill that.
They've got a whole cav core. Maybe we should form square and like try to divert them away. Because we've only got 5 units. They're gonna have more than that.
I'll come back for orders. Alright, General Carl. You do receive a courier from your cuirassiers. The cuirassier command lets you know that he is northeast of the forest of Grimont, but he ran into British cavalry, hussars and dragoons, and is heavily fighting in the wheat fields in that direction, and is uncertain if he can win, but he sent you an urgent dispatch rider to let you know that. Meanwhile, it looks like some British light infantry has moved through the forest itself, along with some Austrian cavalry, and are at the edge of the woods just to your north, firing at your artillery and men. Some of the cuirassiers, your own cuirassiers, returned with some captured Russian hussars and artillery. And on your left, one of your light demi-brigades has shattered and broken. Yep.
All right. Very good, very good. I like what I'm seeing. I've been ordered to hold the vineyards, so I will hold the vineyards. Deploy as tight as possible. I'd like my. I've got my captured Russians. Take their. I'd like to set up, if possible. I'd like one of my dragoon units currently not engaged to set up the captured Russian guns in a counter battery against the British that are on the hills west of Quell.
Okay.
If that's a maneuver that makes any sense, I don't know.
Sure.
Fun. I have captives. I'd like an intelligence report from the captives. Just do some basic interrogation. Stab the guy if you need to. Don't kill him. Stab him. Get some info where his units are. And as for the rest of the line, just continue to pound the sand. Hold the line.
Okay, we got it. Thank you. Alright, General Vladistok, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here, but I've not received my new screenshot.
Oh, you didn't? Okay, hold on. He may have thought.
Well, aren't I?
Let's see, let me get that for you. Let's see.
Deep trouble.
1 second, and you will have that screenshot.
Deep trouble. Of course, first you put me in, you had the Russians as the traitor, who lead me right into a trap, and now I'm just about to be wounded.
Yeah, where did the Russians go? Okay, so the French from the south are pushing hard. They have a front line of light infantry in loose formation, which are firing at your artillery. Your artillery is firing canister shot at very close range. They're only a couple hundred yards away, and doing devastating work. So it looks like you've broken one of their brigades, and they're fleeing south. But to your left and the east, it looks like French dragoons are attacking your flank. Fortunately, that's where you got your veteran. Oh, you have all veterans. Never mind. Your veterans quickly form into square and are fighting with them, and it looks like a pretty even fight. To your northwest, you receive a report that French regulars can be seen marching down the road to your west, and your men at the crossroads to your west are getting pounded by French artillery coming from the southwest at that position. So it's a bit precarious.
The west, where is that, I wonder?
Left is west.
Of course, I formed up on a line that doesn't exist.
What are your orders?
2 infantry on my extreme flank. If you look at my positions forward towards the French and how they loop around a hook, the extreme edge of the hook, they're going to turn around and come back down as reserve, towards where I am. Veteran infantry that is behind the light infantry that it has two damage to it are going to help form square and repel this dragoon attack. The rest of my veteran line is going to form up. I heavily damaged Jeez. This is so. Can I draw this?
Yep, just draw it and put it in your channel.
All right. I don't like what you've done to me.
Welcome to Kriegsspiel. All right. Yeah, put it in your channel. I'll look at it. All right.
Okay, so let me just sort this bit out. They're firing. They're going to come round here. They're going to come up probably to here. I think I've been moving them not far enough on some of these.
Right. Oh shoot! I gotta get more orders. Dang, I forgot. All right, I'm ready for orders. Shoot them at me.
Right,
I think it's
the infantry on the other near Napoleonic should attempt to turn the Prussian flank.
Okay.
Forces of the Mets should prepare to stave off a Russian cavalry assault.
Okay.
And again, I'm going up the Folk.
You're going to Folk. Okay.
Bulk them up.
James.
Yep.
The units I just talked about in the voice channel, are those mine or are those counter to monies?
Your units are the ones facing due north. His are facing more easterly.
Okay. So those are the units that I just pinged you with. Counter to money.
Okay. So what are your orders?
My veterans and 2 light infantry at the back are going to spread out and form square facing the cuirassiers behind us.
Okay.
My lights on the right are going to move to support the lights to their left and pour fire into the Prussians alongside them.
What about your cuirassiers and dragoons?
I think Are my dragoons fighting a square?
So two of your dragoons are. You have one. Oh, that's okay. Count de Money has one dragoon, and then you've got your two cuirassiers behind you that you can order.
What?
You have two cuirassiers to order that are under your command.
Right. Okay. They're gonna just move up to support the line and look for an opportunity for a breakthrough charge. Other than that, just cycle units in to keep fighting these guys down. Count the money.
Okay, Count de Money. What are your orders?
Okay, my two cuirassier and my dragoon are to screen. I don't want them riding off on an adventure. I don't want them pursuing. I just want them to screen so that if the enemy decides to get frisky, they're there to protect. Otherwise, I want the units from my, I guess, my southern half or whatever. I don't want to touch anything that's in less board, which should be 2 lights and 3 demi brigades. Everyone else, however, will just go ahead and push, apply pressure, push as best they can. We're not going to, charge or commit suicide, but we're going to put pressure and push.
Pushing north.
Well, I guess really it's northeast or whatever. Yeah.
Okay, you got it.
Yep. Okay, thanks.
Is this enough of a push? We're talking like volley, then bayonet charge kind of push, or?
No charging. Just push. Just
Got it.
reload and keep firing. Advance while firing.
Got it. All right. So the Russian cavalry, they're charging into the French, I assume.
Yeah, so they would. I guess they turn to them, so they're gonna charge into them, and they're coming up behind.
Okay, we'll do that.
And yeah, so they must have turned, wouldn't they, to face that? Right. So let's do this combat up here.
Yeah, you do north, I'll do south, and
Okay, so they're gonna get a 1 and a 1. So dragoons against cuirassiers, are they still -1?
so dragoons are just a even normal roll. Cuirassiers still get +1.
Okay. Ooh. So they're going to fire into them. Ouch. No, it will be a 4.
Stick in smoke.
Effective fire. Did the French commander said again? Are these Russians here that are up here? Oh, they're surrendered Russians.
Yeah.
Okay. Are they firing? Are their guns being used?
Yeah, they're using the Russian guns. You can just give them canister shot on this corner, I guess.
Cool. 6. Is he still? The guns are going to fire on the infantry, aren't they? They're not going to fire. They continue to fire in the cannons. No way. That's a bad fire. I think the north is done. Is there anything you need me to do?
I'm almost done. Go ahead and do your screenshots. Except for the Russians, I'm still doing the Russians, but. I'm done. What are we at now? 11:45.
Yeah. So.
Alright, I think I'm done.
I'll do the Russian screenshot. So,
Do you want me to get the Prussians again?
it's handy if you're doing that combat. Yeah, that's handy because you would know what you. I'd have to think about.
You want to trade me and do Carl? We can split.
So, which one's Carl?
The French that's in your combat?
The north.
Yep.
Yeah, do for it. That's sensible.
Okay. Good trade. Alright. Alright, gentlemen. Count the Money's infantry push forward as ordered and put pressure on the Prussians. The Prussian artillery continued to fire devastating canister shot. Some of your artillery and light infantry are broken. You can also see your dragoons have broken. Count the Money's cavalry have countercharged and are fighting fiercely with the Russian cavalry to your rear. They are dangerously close to you and your own staff. Supkanu's infantry are firing into their flanks and his cuirassiers are poised to attack through the wheat field. And that's about it. Some of your front light units are taking a lot of casualties, but you've got a lot of regulars in reserve ready to move up.
My artillery is to turn towards the enemy cavalry and put fire, provided they are not masked by our cavalry. Aside from that, we will maintain the pressure again, rotating units if we have to, with the reserves pushing up, and that's all we can do. Just try to hurt them more than they hurt us.
All right, General Supkanu, your orders.
I'm going to have my cavalry hold for a second, and if the enemy keep going forward, I will have them move to just charge into the flank of the enemy. If they start to like move towards us, I'll counter charge. I'd like my horse artillery on the right to finish off that square to the best of their ability.
Okay.
Elsewhere, I'd just like to keep putting units in the line, cycling them out, like have the units rest, get ready, and have the lights and veterans near my cuirassiers be prepared to square if charged. I'd also like to send a runner to try to rally my dragoons and light infantry.
Okay.
James, quick thing. Don't do anything with the Russians. He's just thinking of something, and I'm going to come back to him.
Okay.
Hmm.
All right. Thank you. Got your orders. All right, Count McBroken, you head a safe route wide around the fighting and are passing through Saint-Julien, and you can hear fighting up to the north, and you happen to run into your hussars who are riding south. They were looking for you, actually, because they hadn't gotten any orders from Falk and couldn't really fight in the midst of the vineyards where they're located, so they're coming to you for more orders.
Do they have any reports from Falk? It seems like his men are doing the best.
They weren't really with Falk. They were on the left side, and they report that his left flank was being shattered.
Really?
At least some of the light infantry, anyway.
I'm going to... Oh, man. I think I'm in the... Alright, I'm going to pull the hussars around to the east, kind of right around Saint-Julien Bebets.
Okay.
And they're going to attempt to probe for a weak point in the enemy's flank.
And
Or at least slow them down and help relieve the pressure.
You're going with them, or are you going to Falk?
I'm going to attempt to go to Falk.
Okay.
So if it's too dangerous, then I'm going to go back to McMoney and Soup.
Okay. Thank you.
So.
Did you get a screenshot, Vladicost? No. Okay.
Racking this idea that the Russians just completely abandoned me, and I have this happen that they're just going to come up for my rear somewhere.
All right. So you got your screenshot. You can hear more small arms fire to the northwest. It looks like the French that were previously reported have arrived and are skirmishing with your light infantry. You have broken several demi-brigades to the south, but it seems like reserves keep filling the gaps. Your artillerymen are in bad shape. Several guns have been shot. The caissons destroyed. The one bright spot is your veterans on your left flank to the east have repelled the dragoon charge and held their ground. So their dragoons have fled, and your men are getting out of square formation now, but they're getting hit hard by French artillery, which unfortunately is extremely effective against square formations. What are your orders?
For my 4 veteran, for my 4 heavily wounded veteran, you shall retreat of my and unformed square. My 2 other veterans, my 2 veteran and my undamaged veteran, so flank around their lines. Unforming square. My veteran right next to them. I'm just gonna do what I have been doing.
Okay. feel like I got everyone's orders. Oh, I did get your orders. I'm going crazy. Okay, never mind.
So
Running if I reform there. Two, four. Let's see, do they run? Yeah, we'll let them run to safety.
Okay. Eloise, who's turned up. Which ones are any of these his troops? Are they all?
No.
He's just turned up commander himself.
Well, the hussars are his over here. They're I guess,
Oh, okay.
they're helping
Fantastic.
that cavalry fight.
Okay.
I'm still running combat.
Yeah. So the cuirassiers at the back here, are they all folks then? They are Carls. Right?
Yeah, those are, yep. So Aloy can be with him. Lots of combat. Too many units. Alright, canister shot. Is that canister shot? Yep. 3, 4. So that's 4. Canister shot. That's nothing. Shooting back.
Okay, so right. Let's do these guys over here. That was a terrible roll. Ooh, wow. Okay, so so we've got 6 and a 4.
Alright, my combat's done.
I'm nearly there.
12 o'clock. Well, we've done 2 hours in about 2 hours. It's not bad for 2 umpires.
So okay, shattered. So when they break into, they automatically fall back.
Yeah, if they break, I mean, for this game, there's not enough time for them to come back, so just have them
Okay, fair
flee
enough.
to the rear,
So they're
basically.
starting to fleeing. Okay.
I'm seeing less. I thought there'd be more dispatches and stuff, but I don't know. I don't know if everyone's getting into all their objectives, but we'll see.
So they have. Wow, that was a terrible shot. Canister, they get +1, don't they?
I either roll 2 dice or +2.
Okay.
Up to you.
+2. Okay.
He's moving on the flank. I can't read his stuff. No, I think he wants this.
I think I'm done. Have you done the south?
Yeah, it's done.
Cool. Right, screenshots.
I can do Cardev screenshot.
Thank you.
Oh, I see he put orders, which didn't happen.
Oh.
Tell him his cavalry is disobedient.
Okay.
I just did what I thought made sense.
Yeah, that's fair enough. He's in the middle of a combat, isn't he? So
Kind of lost command and control. It's just kind of a.
yeah. So his. So what happened here? So he's attacking. They're all in line. So he broke.
He's mostly so two cuirassiers broke, but he broke most of the French horse. Some new cuirassiers
cool.
attacked. The
Yeah,
infantry's formed
and they're
square.
defending.
And
What you did makes sense to his orders because the attack would have got him before he had a chance to do those orders anyway, wouldn't it? So that's reasonable.
I gotta do dispatches.
So do I need to do one for Aloys as well? A screenshot.
Well,
I
it's
could
the
do. I'm
same
doing
as-
Folk anyway.
Yeah, do.
Yeah, I'll do them both. I'll send him one in.
I'm checking for dispatches, which I don't think there are any. Nope. Alright, I'm gonna go get updates. Alright. It's a bit of a disaster. Your cavalry line has broken, except for some faithful dragoon or cuirassiers who are fighting. Speaking of Count the Money's cavalry, that is. But with nothing between the Russian cavalry and yourselves, you and your staff flee eastward to safety in the midst of your own dragoons. Zupkanu's infantry have formed square and are surrounded by Russian cavalry, and your cuirassiers have charged into the fray, fighting in the midst of a wheat field, but they're heavily outnumbered as well. In the north, it's kind of hard to get a picture with running away, but the Prussians are keeping up pressure. It's kind of hard to get a gauge of how it's going. You do get reports that some of the Prussian artillery has been eliminated, artillery been shut down, and Count the Money. You can hear your own artillery is firing to the west, though you cannot see them.
Okay. I need to very carefully ride to the north towards less border or whatever. And rally whatever I can along the way. If the situation is lost, then. But I don't think the line is lost. I think the line is simply engaged, right? It's just the rear that the Russians came through with a whole lot of horse. So yeah, if I can safely make my way along the line, rallying and supporting my troops and make my way towards Les Bords, I would like to do so.
Okay.
Otherwise, I'm in no position to command any other forces because of the disruption level, and I'm out of place, so it would not be appropriate for me to issue any other orders at this time.
Okay, Soup Canoe.
I think I'm gonna need to have my line start. I don't think I can stay here.
Why do you think that? Do you have data
my-
to support that, or are you
my
just
line is
rattled?
very thin at the moment. I think the Prussians, if the Russians get through these squares, I think everything I have is gone.
You're not going to get through all these squares. And for all I know, just from my screenshot, I don't know that the Prussian line's any more thick than ours. It may be even thinner.
Well, are you gonna order your guys to give it a good go? I heard that you were gonna pull them back.
No, I'm not pulling back. I'm riding back along the line, but I'm not pulling back my troops. No, they're going to remain engaged because, as far as I know, they're fine. I'm going to ride back to the north where I have fresh troops.
Is the unit with the 1 on it to the extreme left of my screenshot, is that mine or is that Count the Money's?
I believe that's Count the Money's.
Okay.
That unit's in great shape, in my opinion.
Alright. Did either of my dragoons rally this turn?
You sent a man after them, but no word back yet.
Okay. Alright. I'm going to, with multiple units of my line breaking, I see at least one broken light. I don't have the frontage to keep fighting this right now with the cav here. I'm going to start moving my line back. The regular and reserve is going to move and form square to block any possible cavalry charges. My horse artillery is going to anchor my right and continue hammering, but I want to form up outside of musket fire from the Prussians and be prepared to form square or wheel and fire at the Prussians if needed. The two units that have rallied behind the line are to move and pour fire into the flanks of the cavalry if possible.
If the Prussians pick now to charge you, you're going to break, and then that Russian cavalry is going to feed on you. You're not going to make it back. Just saying.
I'm not sure I'd make it back as is.
Okay. All right. It's your command. I'm just.
Right. Got your orders. Thank you.
Yeah. James got your orders.
There's no going back.
All right.
All right. General Vladistok. Let's see. So your men push forward on your left flank as ordered and are engaged there. Your right end of your hook is holding. You've got men swirling all around you in various conditions of disruption. But you do still have some fresh units in reserve, not yet engaged. You can hear lots of bugles and sounds of fighting to the southwest, like cavalry bugles beyond the French line. And you can still hear a lot of artillery fire far to the north as well, besides the artillery of your own.
Kardev is not the traitor. This is interesting. Born she was, because literally one moment my entire southern line is protected by Russian cav. The next moment it disappears, and I just see a whole bunch of French infantry. See Kardev go meet with the French. Oh boy. I'll have to speak with her to figure out what the hell was going on. In any case, so those are my orders. I'm sending that dispatch in the way that she asked, and yeah, pray for the begin rotating out units. I don't know if all my orders have been very confusing, going back and forth with units. That may be very ineffectual with me. But yeah, I'm trying, General, to see what the hell is going on. Those are my orders.
Okay.
The battle only tell me how I did, because this is my first time, so I'm just still new.
Yeah, no, you're doing fine. It's hard. The fog of war is very difficult. All right.
Turns, I was wondering where the hell to just charge me in the rear, because they just disappeared and I could have sworn they were the traitor.
Yeah.
And now I received this message and you say they're bugle horn. This is interesting. Okay.
Oh, so you ordered them. No.
confusing. Okay.
I think I finished combat in the south.
Right, I've not even started combat in the north. They've been a bit. So in up here, he wants to do a fight. He wants to do a fighting withdrawal. So they wants to pull these guys. He wants to pull everyone out, but I don't think they can't move really.
I would just roll the combat and give
Yeah.
them give the attacker a +1 or +2, and see if it just turns it to a rout.
Yeah.
We're almost to.
Because I can't.
I'll do the cavalry attack in the rear if you want.
Yeah. Ooh. Okay. Didn't do much. They're going to shatter.
So let's see.
They actually managed to get away, I would say. Weirdly. So these guys are going to get some. They're going to come back, get out of the way as fast as they can. But they might take some fire. I think that'd be fair to say they take some fire. They're withdrawing. Okay. But they don't. It's going to be a round of combat there.
Let's see, going into 12:15.
So 3, 3, 1.
Oh, Aloy said he's moving back. Soup.
Yeah. Have you done all the Russians attack at the south? Yeah, that's all
Yeah,
done.
I did all that.
So these are coming back here. Okay, are we on? Yeah, you're doing screenshots, yeah? Super. Sorry, I'm behind again.
Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah, a lot of discussion going on that turn about what they wanted to do. So it's going to do fault.
Newer players are always less decisive.
Yeah. $12.15.
This will be the last one, so we'll get their orders, and then we may not even run combat. We'll just get orders and then call it. Kind of decide.
Because it's kind of, we can see where it's going here, can't we?
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see.
Let's not do that. No. I contain. 12:15. Jeez. And then, so what happened in the south? The Russians. All right, so they're all attacking there. Okay, cool. So what else going on? Do a screenshot here. Ooh, big hand in the middle.
No, my bad.
It's alright, don't matter.
I did Cardev already. You don't have to do him.
Oh, you did your God already. Oh, fantastic. Okay, so I've done all of my guys. Let's just get orders.
I'm checking for
Okay.
dispatches. I don't think there were any.
Nope. Origin 10 sent a few, but it doesn't really matter because it's the last turn anyway.
Okay, I'm gonna get orders and then we'll
Okay. We'll call it.
call it the
Alright.
regular one. Alright, General Aloy, you ride south down the hill through Valle and into the Maelstrom. You can see some of Count de Money's troops still occupying the buildings in Le Bordet to your west. Some of your own troops are heavily engaged with the Prussians to your northeast now. And Count de Money's artillery are firing south at Russian cavalry, which are heavily engaged in the rear of Count de Money's line and Soupcanu's line. The infantry line fighting the Prussians is starting to look thin. And yep, that's where we're at.
This is fun. I'm having fun.
Good. This is fine.
This is fine. Let's divert some of the infantry on the road of Le Bordes to help support the cannons.
Okay.
And we'll send 2 battalions to support the line fighting the Prussians. And is that my whole? Is that my? I think I had sent 8 units around the flank of the Prussians, or was it only 4?
4.
Okay, where's the other 4?
I don't. They were ordered to defend the edge of Metz. They're still in Metz.
Oh, okay. And does that include the 3 other units of infantry over there?
Yep.
Cool.
So you got 4 artillery, 3 or 4 lights, your dragoons, and 4 regulars, and a veteran are still in Metz.
Okay. We are going to send 2 of the regulars to support Falk. Then we're going to send 2 of the regulars out to support the Prussian units fighting the Prussian line,
Okay.
along with the battery. And then we're also, and that's going to be it.
Alright. Thank you.
Problem.
Alright, Comte de Soupcano. So you see Count de Money right off to the west. You issue the orders to fall back in a fighting retreat, which the men do fairly well.
You say the prove the haters wrong.
And the Prussians aren't pursuing quite yet, so they're kind of firing at extreme range now, less deadly.
Yeah.
To the west, it's kind of hard to tell from where you're at, but you're getting sporadic reports, still cavalry attacking you. Some of the squares are breaking, but others are holding.
Okay. The units not in square that are firing are to continue. Would it be a possible maneuver for the front to continue firing while they form square?
The front line?
Yeah, so like the front line keeps firing and then the wings fold in to form square.
Yeah.
Alright. Have them make it so, number 1. Send a missive to the Prussian commander.
Okay. Count the money. I've got bad news.
Oh no.
So
Okay.
there was a narrow avenue between the infantry and cavalry to safety, which you thought you could make, but as you push through, the cuirassiers, the French cuirassiers, your own, I think, actually break and flee, and leaving the Russian cuirassier free rein to charge forward and capture you.
Oh boy. Okay. Well, I should have known better. They were in a pretty big hurry. They were probably too fast for me.
So you are being escorted to
Oh.
the Russian commander.
Oh.
Let's see. All right, General Vladistok, some semi-good news. Well, bad news and good news. So bad news is all of your artillerymen have fled and abandoned their guns, those that aren't dead. The good news is the French to the south are falling back, making a kind of a fighting retreat, but the pressure has lessened significantly.
Sorry, I'm sorry. You cut out. Restart from the beginning.
So your artillerymen are either dead or running, so you have no guns firing at the moment. But the French are falling back to the south. They're still fighting pretty hard to the west, but the south pressure is let up.
And pursue them with all units I can, as I indicated. You know what? That 4 veteran that I ordered around, follow the 2 other, the 3. You understand what I mean? Like the veteran on 4 health, follow the 3 other veterans. I feel like something weird is. I have no clue what, but something weird is happening. And we form the line here, but I want to get up close and I want to begin to charge. In fact, move my commander down south. Move my Prussian commander down south. So,
you want a bayonet charge?
Am I too far to do a bayonet charge? Yeah, I'm too far to do a bayonet charge.
No.
Honest. And then other units take up the positions. So all right. Here's what we'll do. Taking a screenshot. Give me a second.
Okay.
But
you still there?
here, does that make sense? Do those orders make sense? Like those 3 extreme units,
You're breaking in. You're coming in and out. But do you want them to charge?
3 extreme units to the left, yes.
Okay.
Form up the line that was at my cannon line to see what is going on in the front. So, do sense.
You're breaking up. I'm getting about half of what you're saying, and I gotta go. So, all will be explained shortly. Let's see. I think. Did you get everyone?
Everyone's done. I'm just moving the last bunch of people so that they actually got their movement done, and then after that, I'm done. Guns. We're being a little bit generous there, but.
So what are we calling it? Would they take Metz by the end of the day?
What time is it now?
It's noon.
I've forgotten.
A little after
It's
noon.
noon.
So obviously Carl's falling back. Not
Yeah,
entirely broken.
He's not in a good way there, and I'm being slightly, to be fair, I'm being slightly generous to him, and he's full back a little bit because it's the last turn.
Yeah.
But this road is open now, so the British are, they've got this attack. They're going to they'll fend that off eventually. So they've got these units. They've got a lot of fresh units there, so they can definitely make an attack on the north.
Yeah.
From the north down this road, but again, there's the French people here, so whether or not they capture Metz, no, don't know.
In the south, what are the Russians doing? Is their cavalry?
So the
falling back?
Russians, right? The cavalry's fallen back basically to regroup, and he's picked up. Obviously, the surrendered commander has come back to him to question. He just wanted these guys here was just basically making sure that they surrendered or broke, but not charging forward anymore. So he was withdrawing just to reorganize basically for the next kind of combat.
Okay, I think I can see what's happening then. All right. Let's bring everyone to the lobby.
Ooh.
Oh, darn. Good game.
Good game.
Good game.
All right.
I still don't know who the traitor was.
All right. So, before I show things, let's talk. Does anyone on the French team? Do you have any guesses who your traitor was?
I thought it was Soup.
Okay.
No.
Done?
Marshall, what do you think?
I actually had no information. I do know that obviously Russian cavalry got around Soup, but that in and of itself is not enough data to suggest that he was the traitor. And I have no information on Falk up north or what he was doing, so I can't even guess.
Okay, Falk, who do you
Give
think?
me information. Oops, sorry.
Based on what I have heard, which is absolutely nothing from money, and only negative reports from Soup, I would put my 2 cents on Soup, but
Okay. Soup,
we shall see what it is in the eyes of the gods.
Soup, who do you think it is?
So I don't know who the other traitors are, but
All right, and then
French, we're all traitors.
on the coalition side, we'll start with Cardev. Who do you think the traitor is?
Just based on the fact that Wheatley never talked to me, I think it's like 80% him and probably 20% the Prussians.
Okay. Vladistok. Who do you think it is?
Is 100% certain it was Carda the entire time because he was holding my southern flank. Then both his entire cavalry brigade just disappears, and then the French line comes in. So, but then I hear bugle. I don't know. I don't trust your latest report, Carda. Then I'm going to go with or Austria.
Okay. Let's see who else.
How dare you, Russian dog!
LTD.
Yeah.
Who do you think it is?
It was absolutely 100% the Russian because we saw him talking to the Count de Money.
Oh. All right.
Yeah, out of character.
Yeah, I would have to guess that it would be the Russians based on what Vladistok said. And given the out of character information, I know that Argento was chill because he definitely could have absolutely destroyed me if he was a traitor. He would have probably been able to take all of my troops prisoner, but he didn't. So it's probably the Russians. So
let me share my screen. I'll share what happened with the battle, then we'll go through everyone and your individual objectives and how you did. So the coalition.
Well, I know what my objective. Oh, I forgot I even had my objective. Shoot.
Bum.
I'm
All
an
right,
idiot.
so the coalition arrived basically two routes. So the Austrians and the British came on this road. It's a big map. The Russians and Prussians arrived on this road. The French were kind of so Karl Falk was kind of set on this hill here. Soupcanu was set around Grigny. Count de Money around Plantier, and McBroke was in Metz itself. And so, of course, everyone made contact pretty quickly. So Falk basically was holding a pretty good defensive position. He's on a hill, a narrow avenue of attack between the forest and the vineyards and the slopes there. So he basically held the whole game against repeated Austrian and British assaults. At the very end, he's falling back, as you can see, against twice his number, but he did pretty good holding most of the last 2 hours. But he did take fairly good casualties in doing that and all the fighting. The good news for him is I don't think they're going to succeed here because there's a lot of infantry, but he's got a pretty strong cavalry attack in the British rear, currently battling those squares. So it's basically two separate battles. So Falk versus Austrian, the British, and then Soupcanu and Count de Money versus the Prussians and Russians. This one was a bit interesting because Count Soupcanu ignored the Russians and attacked the Prussians, and the Russians ran wide around him and then attacked him and Count de Money in the rear. Soupcanu, at the moment, the Prussians were in a tight spot, but luckily he had almost all entire veteran infantry, and a lot of them. And so, despite fighting two divisions by himself, the Prussians are holding with a little bit of reserves and are actually countercharging the French under Soupcanu as they're falling back with fresh units. So Soupcanu's in quite a bit of trouble as he's being attacked hard from the north and hard from the west by the Russian cavalry. Count de Money's in a better position as half his division was kept in reserve basically the whole time. But as he's trying to get back to his men, he got caught by Russian cavalry and captured. So he will not be able to command his men at the end. But Aloy's there to take over, although I don't know if he knew that he got captured. So in terms of what would happen going forward, I think the Prussians would win against Soupcanu, Prussians and Russians, and force Count de Money's division back. We still have fresh reserves from all of Aloy's or McBroke's division, but they would be facing basically fresh Austrians and Russians, British over here with the regrouped Falk. So it's close. It's kind of hard to say, but I think with Soupcanu's division being broken, I think Metz would be lost in a day or two. Is how I'm going to call it. So coalition victory, narrow coalition victory. But what matters more is your individual objectives. So let's go through and talk through what were your objectives and how did you do against them. So we'll start just working top to bottom. McBroke, what were your objectives?
I forgot they existed, so give me a second.
Do you want to say, Jays, actually that the coalition, though they thought they had a traitor, didn't actually have a traitor on their side at all?
Yep, they did have some animosities, but no full-blown traitors. So, tricks on you. You had no traitor.
I
apparently
this entire battle was me. This entire battle was me keeping back at least 4 reserves and not wanting to charge a weakened line because I could have sworn that the Russians just completely abandoned me and were going to sweep around behind my back sooner or later because I had no cavalry in order to scout them out and understand what the hell was going on.
Yep, so let's go to Count McBroke. I think you had pretty straightforward objectives. How'd you do?
I thought it was just defending Metz and keeping my guys in check.
Yeah, mostly win and win well. Okay.
That didn't happen.
Argento.
Sure. My objectives were to get money out of the English, and the English did agree to give me millions of pounds. I did ask for 37 million. I'm only supposed to get 10. I'm pretty sure he agreed to the 37.
All right.
Good job.
My first objective was to do gloriously and win the day. I think I've done that. I'm seeking promotion within the Austrian army. I'm going to marry a princess and be an archduke very soon.
All right.
And my third objective was to disgrace Vladistok, the Prussian. But he never responded to any of my messages, so my messages became increasingly insulting by the end, until my last dispatch basically called him a coward and a fool, and his stupidity will be known to all. So it'll be recorded in history that Vladistok has stuffed this whole thing up.
What?
I sent 9 dispatches, and I got no responses from the Prussians.
Yeah, there's some whackers.
All right. So mostly objectives achieved. Well done. All right. The Comte de Soukanu, the French traitor.
Oh, hello. My objective was to, at some point, join the coalition and gain titles. So the first coalition guy I ran into, I went, "What can I do to get a title?"
This is
And
why
he said, "Kill the Prussians." I said, "Okay." just walk away.
Why did everyone want to kill me? This was my first time ever playing.
Oh.
Everyone wants to kill me.
I got some whack objectives.
So I think if the Prussians honor the Russians, my apologies, honor their deal, I should be the the Governor General of Poland after this.
Not if I
No, we Prussians will ensure that that deal is not honored. Just failed to break us. We Prussians stand strong. How dare you?
I'm going to point this grand battery at you.
I didn't have to break you. I just had to kill a lot of you. I know I killed at least 3 guns, so I'm happy there. So I was hoping that the Russians would leave me alone and let me do that. And I think if they did, then that would have been the end of it. I was also told, I think the Russians feeding me misinformation, which that Russians misinformation never.
Never, not once.
But they told me that there was a spy in Metz. I don't think that's true. Someone was going to open the gates in Metz. So I was like, I'll let the CIC know so he's distracted with something. And then
didn't work.
I was hoping to, after beating the Prussians, just march north and present myself to the Austrians. Be like, hey, what will you give me for this division? But we never got to that position. So I was going to try to collect the title from everyone but the Prussians.
All right. Count Karl Falk.
That's his eye.
What were your objectives?
All
How'd
right.
you do?
So, my objectives, as per my briefing, were to basically hold the line and not be too much of a backstabbing little bastard, but be a backstabbing little bastard. As I was told in my briefing, and I quote, that I am not a fan of Aloy and don't think he's the right man for the job, but alas, we held the ridge all day. Additionally, I was told to keep casualties to some sort of minimum, and I like to think I did that. But again, that's a question for God.
Yeah, I think you went over the 5% limit, unfortunately.
Did I?
Yeah, definitely.
So,
Never mind God, the Austrians beat the crap out of you.
your enemies in
That's
Paris will be out
That's
for
true as
blood,
well.
calling for your resignation.
They're not getting it.
Okay. All right. Count the money.
996, 997, 998, 99, 1,000. Oh, is it my turn to speak?
Yes.
Sorry. I was counting my money.
He was counting his casualties.
His mugs.
The mug money from the IKS, yes. I was, I was thrown in at the last minute, so all I kind of figured was we're trying to defend Metz. So I initially sent scouts out because I didn't know where the enemy was. I tried to sort my men into a defensive position. Once we made contact with the enemy, I saw an opportunity to flank him just north of Borny, so I sent in a portion of my force to do that. And then, of course, a general engagement ensued, and the Russians just came on with ridiculous numbers of cavalry, which I was not expecting. I was very upset to have to commit my cuirassiers and dragoons to screening our backside, but I also assumed it would suffice.